Maya sat at the far corner of the classroom, her head bent low over her notebook as if she wanted to vanish into the lined paper. She had always been the quiet one, not because she didn't have thoughts to share, but because silence had become her shield. Her thick, dark hair fell like a curtain, hiding most of her face from the world. In school, she was the girl people whispered about but rarely spoke to, the kind who blended into the background. The problem was the bullies noticed. Her, anyway. It started with small things. A missing pen, a cruel whisper behind her back, a chair pulled out just as she was about to sit. At first, Maya ignored it, hoping it would fade away if she didn't give them attention. But it didn't. In fact, it got worse. The ringleader was a girl named Tasha, loud, confident, and merciless when she had an audience. Her two friends followed her every move, laughing at every insult like it was a punchline they'd been waiting for. That morning, the air in the classroom was heavy. The teacher had stepped out to grab some files, and the room was alive with chatter. Maya felt it before it happened, that sharp awareness when you know someone's eyes are on you. Then came a sudden, vicious yank. Her head snapped back. Pain shot through her scalp. She gasped, clutching her head as laughter erupted around her. Tasha was holding a fistful of Maya's hair, like it was some kind of trophy. "What's the matter, quiet girl? Didn't think we'd notice you hiding back here?" Tasha smirked, twisting the hair in her hand. Maya's cheeks burned, but not from embarrassment this time. It was anger. Something inside her, the part of her that had been swallowing pain for months, broke free. She stood up so fast her chair clattered to the floor. "Let go," she said, her voice low but sharp. Tasha laughed. "Or what? You'll cry to the teacher?" But Maya didn't cry. She reached into her bag and pulled out her phone. Her fingers were steady as she hit record, capturing Tasha's smirk. The jeering faces around them, and the way her hair was. Still twisted in that cruel grip, then she did something no one expected. She walked straight out of the classroom, past the stunned faces, past the whispers and down the hall to the principal's office. When the principal saw her red scalp and the trembling video in her hand, something in his expression shifted. He called the police immediately. Minutes later, 2 uniformed officers walked into the school. The laughter in the classroom died instantly when they saw them. Maya stood beside the principal as the officers asked for the students involved. Smirk faltered when the officer read out her full name. Her friends looked at each other, pale. "This is assault," the officer explained. Glancing at Maya, "You have the right to feel safe here." The room was silent except for the sound of papers rustling. No one had expected the quiet girl. To fight back, the officers led Tasha and her friends out of the classroom. Whispers exploded the moment the door closed behind them, but this time, no one was mocking Maya. They were staring at her differently with a kind of quiet respect. For the first time, Maya didn't lower her head. She met their eyes. The following weeks weren't easy. There were people who thought she'd gone too far. Some said she should have just told the teacher. Others avoided her entirely. But there were also students who came up to her quietly, thanking her for standing up because they'd been hurt too, and never dared speak. The school introduced stricter anti-bullying policies. Teachers started paying closer attention, and Maya, she learned that her voice was stronger than the silence she'd been hiding behind. Her final message to the class came during an assembly a month later. Standing at the podium, she spoke clearly, her voice carrying across the hall. No one deserves to be hurt or humiliated. Staying quiet doesn't protect you. It only protects the people hurting you. If someone tries to take your dignity, take it back, loudly. The applause that followed wasn't just for her bravery that day, it was for every quiet kid who realized they didn't have to stay quiet anymore.